Armen Levack, 104.5 The Team, your home for New York sports. NYRA TV analyst and handicapper Andy Serling with me now. And Andy, it's opening weekend in Saratoga. If you were here right now, I would hug you. I really would.
It's just the greatest time of the year. I mean, I've been lucky enough to be in Saratoga the last few days, or actually about a week. So I've been just enjoying the quiet before the storm. But it's an exciting time, and I'll tell you something. We've drawn the Friday and Saturday cards, and the racing could not be better.
Oh, okay. And before we get to that, tonight, Saratoga opening weekend starts tonight with you. Your show at the Post Live is right here on 104.5 The Team. But it's even better to be there. How can we be a part of that experience tonight?
Yeah, I hope people do come up. It's at the Parting Glass, which is on Lake Avenue. It's right in the whole downtown area. Anybody that's been to Saratoga knows where it is, but it's right in the heart of the restaurant and bar district, basically, and it's a great place with a big back room where they've had bands, and we've been doing the show there live. This is our third year there, actually, the fourth year of the show, and it's every Thursday, 8 o'clock. We'll be on the team when we can be live. I think that's about 4 of the weeks, and then it'll be after the Yankee game, I guess, when there's a conflict with the Yankee game, but if you come live, it's a lot of fun. There's tons of room. You can get a seat if you get there, reasonably early, not super late, but even if you don't, there's standing room, and there's food, obviously, but there's also beverages, and you can just come and enjoy the show. And it's been a lot of fun. It's been a great opportunity to bring racing personalities downtown, and I think one of the things that makes Saratoga such a great place is it's not, go to the races and then everybody disperses. It's a time when those of us at NYRA are in very close proximity to each other, so we spend time together socially, but also with the fans and with the crowds. And I've been going out forever at Saratoga since I was a kid. And it's such a great mixture of racing personalities, but also the fans. And this was a way to get people even closer to that. And I've found in doing it that the trainers and riders and different people involved in the game that we brought down have enjoyed it a lot. And they're not just coming on stage for 15 minutes and then leaving. They've been hanging out, enjoying the show, talking to people. And I think that a lot of them have found that they've enjoyed it as much as the customers. And it's been great. And had a great response from everybody in the racing community as far as coming down. And very few people have said no.
Andy, who do you have on the show tonight?
We're going to start off with Angel Cruz, who's a top apprentice who won our Aqueduct Spring meeting. He made a big splash over the year. He's lost his bug. It's his first year in Saratoga. He's a great kid. Unfortunately, we're supposed to have Rajiv Mirage on as kind of my annual first guest. Raj was injured recently, so he won't be able to be there. Hopefully he'll be up later in the meet at least to come on the show. But Angel's a terrific fill-in and just a great kid. Kieran McLaughlin is going to be on, and Kieran's got a lot of interesting horses in over the weekend. He's got a horse also in the CCA Oaks, which is our stake on Sunday. Kieran will be joining us. He hasn't been on since the first year, and the last time he was on, he won a Grade 1 race that weekend. So he's happy to come on. And also our new track announcer, Larry Colmus, will be on and talking about the big job of filling those Tom Durkin shoes as he comes in for his first Saratoga starting this weekend. And Mike Beer, who's been on for one of our sponsors, Timeform US, and he's been a regular for years. And he'll come on at the end of the show, and we'll give some horses out for the weekend.
At the Post tonight from the Parting Class in downtown Saratoga, or you can hear right here on 104.5 The Team. Highly encourage you to go. Get your opening weekend started, though, in Saratoga tonight at the Parting Glass starting at 8 o'clock. And, Andy, you said you have the 2 cards in your hand right now for this weekend. So for Friday and Saturday, tell us what to expect on the track, man. It's very hard. It's like, do you rip all your presents open at once, or do you go in slowly? And I'm looking for opportunities every day. And obviously the 2-year-old races are kind of tough, but it's just a really good mixture of races on the card. And I'm trying to stay away from the favorites, starting it out and look for some alternatives. I'm trying to be smart with Royal Posse, the one in the first race. Looking at the third race on Friday, I've got an interesting long shot play in the 6, Wild in the Streets. That's not a bad name to start off Saratoga, actually, and Angel Cruz will be riding that horse. Our first stake in the meet is the Schuylerville. That's the 4th. I like the one decked out. I think it's going to appreciate drawing that inside draw. Throughout the day, there's just some really interesting spots. The featured race is the Lake George, and that's the 9th race, and it drew a huge field of 12, and it's a super, super competitive race. I'm interested in the horse on the outside, the 12 Partisan Politics. So obviously, it was done no favors by the draw. But there is enough speed in this race that I think she should be able to get decent position if she can. She's going to prove pretty good for trainer Chad Brown, who really might be in a position to actually upset Todd Fletcher for the trainer's title. It'll likely come down to those two, though you never know.
He's also got Mrs. McDougal in there, who I think is a big-time player, but this is a very, very interesting race. And it's opening day, and it's kind of an appetizer for Saturday's 11-race card, which is a sensational card that features a couple of stakes as well, including the Grade 1 Diana. And the Diana is a very, very interesting race. Last time Stephanie's Kitten, who was second this race last year, ran, they put a horse named Kitten's Queen, who's back in today, as a rabbit, supposedly, to try to set a fast pace to help her because she's more of a deep closer. For whatever reason, the inexperienced rider on the rabbit decided to try to rate her on a lead instead of slow pace. So that helped her, but it hurt Stephanie's Kitten. That will not be the case in the Diana. She's going to go out winging here, and that could hurt the chances of horses like My Miss Sophia, as well as Tepin. And I think that Stephanie's Kitten is the horse to beat, but I picked a horse named Lady Laura for Bill Mott, who had traffic trouble in her last race, and I think she's a dangerous horse to price in here. And that, of course, is part of our guaranteed late pick wars. We'll be having those every weekend, around a $500,000 guarantee. They're bigger on some, like the Travers Day and such. But that's also a sequence that includes another stake race, our Sanford, for 2-year-old, an 11-horse field, the 9th race, and that is a very compelling race, with Cocked and Loaded being the horse to beat. But it's just the kind of racing these first two days, and it's going to be like that for much of the meet, with big fields, big competitive races, and it's giving us all opportunities to find surprises.
Naira's Andy Serling with Armen and Levack at Andy Serling on Twitter. And Andy, as we get ready for opening weekend in Saratoga, we will be broadcasting live there tomorrow. What attractions this season? What should we make sure to go? Is there a food that we need to go eat? Is there a place we need to watch the race from? Give us your best fan advice.
Well, I mean, listen, I wish food was like it was at Saratoga at every racetrack, because there's so many great options between Hattie's and Shake Shack and the Lobster Hut and the pizzas they make. That's great. I really think, I hope that people go to the new bar in the Carousel. I think the new bar area in the Carousel is the single best thing we've done in a couple of years, at least in Saratoga, because in my opinion, the Carousel has been a kind of wasted space in a lot of ways. And this bar, and I spent some time there yesterday, where there's tons of TVs around it, and it's a really nice setup, and you can bet there, obviously, and it'd be a very popular spot. Sometimes new spots take a little time before they catch on, and obviously like the At the Post bar by Shake Shack has caught on. But the bar in the Carousel is going to be a fun spot to go to, and I think that once people go there, they're going to realize it's a great new place to enjoy the races.
Naira's Andy Serling. Let's get it going, Andy. We'll see you tomorrow at the track, man. We're looking forward to it. It's going to be a great weekend.
As am I. It's going to be a great weekend. It's going to be a great summer.